Well, hello everybody. It's Ronnie with Whip and Chain. I should be back on my normal schedule, and thank you for understanding during this difficult time in my family's life with the loss of my mother-in-law. Anyway, we're getting back on track. This is a Easter bunny balloon animal crocheted. Similar to the one I did as the dog, but the dog I did in acrylic yarn. This one, it just comes apart like the other one, but it is definitely different on how it's done. So I'm going to go through the first section of it, go over it with you, and slowly read how you do each section. It's really not that bad. I do want to say the hardest part of this particular one is getting started. I struggle, so I know if I'm struggling with it, some people also might. It's probably because I'm getting older and my eyes aren't as good as they used to be, but it can be done. Now, I tried doubling this pattern to do a large like I did the dog, and it does not work. It's too, the product becomes too heavy, too flimsy, and it just doesn't work. But let's get started. So I am going to recommend a 4mm crochet hook. Unfortunately, I don't have a 4mm in my favorite hooks. I'm going to have to remedy that. And then I'm using sugar and cream. This one is called Mod Green, I guess. But there it is if you want to see it. All the yarn that I usually have has been given to me, bought at clearance rack, so a lot of it is probably discontinued. So you can use any color you want. I chose to make this one in pink because of Easter. Easter, when I think of Easter, I think of pretty colors, bright colors, pastels. So, and then you will need stuffing, and I promise you, you do not need a lot of it to do this project. And you will need stuffing. You will need a pair of scissors. You will need a stitch marker. And I will need to find a way to get this one started. And if I can't, if I struggle with that, I rip off and I do the outside. There's more than one way to handle things sometimes. So now I need a stitch marker. And since I cannot find one very quickly, I am going to, there's all different ways to skin a rabbit, and you can use a piece of string for stitch marker. Okay, all right. So let's dive right into this beautiful Easter Bunny project. Now, after he's assembled, you can put stitches in him to make him stay if you like. Totally your choice. I'm going to bring you in because you really do need to see how this gets started. This, like I said, this is the hardest part. You will need, I've tried to do it with a chain because the project's so tiny, the chain into a loop did not work for me. You can try it. Absolutely, you can try it. But I have a couple videos now of how to do the magic circle. So I'm hoping between those couple videos, you might be able to do it. If not, please do your chain if that works for you, okay? So, your magic ring and a chain one. Now I want you to put just 3 single crochets in. 2 and 3. Okay, let me bring in, excuse my nails. I'm a groomer, so sometimes my nails get beat up because of my job, but that's okay. I enjoy my job. All right, now after you do the 3 single crochets, don't close your magic ring all the way for now. You don't need to. And we're working in rounds, so that means never to slip stitch, okay? So now I want you to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. So there's 1, And there's 2. Now, what I'm going to do, because I'm bad at knowing my stitches, I just am. I'm going to mark stitch number 1. With my stitch marker. See? You can use a piece of yarn. A piece of yarn works just as good. So that's 2. Now I need to put 2 more in the next one. One and 2. Okay, and 2 more in the next stitch. The whole stitch, not the partial of it. Do you see what I'm saying? How tough this one is to get started? One and 2. All right. Now you have 6 stitches. Am I going off the screen? I apologize. 6 stitches. Now I want you to do 2 stitches in each, so you will land with 12 stitches. So here's my first one. My hook in it. Then I'm going to take my stitch marker out. Then I'll do 1, and 2. And before I get lost in the shuffle, I did 2, so I go back 2, and I can just put there we go. Okay, so 2, three, 4, I keep going off, I'm sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 'I have company in here with my animals, and 11 and 12. Now, after I get my 12, leave your stitch marker in there. What I'm going to do, put my hook through the center. I'm going to grab this tail, just the tail. And pull through. And then you should be able to push the center down. And then you can close up the rest of your end. Okay. So there is your 12 stitches. Okay. So for 3 rows, 5, 6, and 7, all I want you to do is match stitch to stitch. And when I do that, I take my stitch marker out, and I need 3 rows of 12. So 12, 24, 36. I'm just going to single stitch until I count to 36. and 36. Now this pattern is very forgiving. If you lose count, which I might have on this, if you lose count, you miss one stitch, you add an extra stitch, this pattern is very forgiving, so no stress. And what we're working on right now is the bunny's tail, just so you know. Now, after you do your 3 regular rows, I don't have stuffing with me, it's in my other room, but now is the time where you stuff this. And when I say stuff it till it's firm. Don't overstuff it well where you can see it pulled so much. Just stuff it till it's firm, okay? Now, after you stuff it, I want you to consolidate your rows. Every stitch is a decrease. So right now you have 12 stitches. We're going to go down to 6, okay? So you put your hook in, the first one, grab yarn, come on out. Go into your next one and grab yarn and come on out. You wrap your hook and you go through all 3. Now this is where I stop immediately. And I put my stitch marker in because this is a place where you can easily lose track of what you're doing. So that's one stitch. Let's do another one together. Grab yarn, come on out, grab yarn, come on out, wrap, and go through a 3. So that's 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, if you could go to do this and you only have 1 stitch left, just put a single crochet in it. It's really okay. Told you this pattern is very, very forgiving. Now, do you see how quickly that hole? That's why we had to fill it up on the other row, because the hole gets very tiny. So now we're going to consolidate again from 6 down to 3. So 1, 2, and wrap and go through. Should be 1. Okay. Now the next one. 2. And you should have 2 stitches left. Remember I said it could be a little tricky. That's my baby's barking. It's a windy day. Sorry, they all started barking because it's windy. Anyway, so that's 2. We did 2. And then, see how tight it is? 1. I don't think that's right. And 2. Okay. There we go. Now, there's the bunny's tail. It would be stuffed, okay? Now, I want you to just chain 3 tightly. Chain 3 tightly. So that would be 1, 2, and 3. Okay? You go into this first chain and you do 6 single crochets in that first chain. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this is the start of your next one, which would be the feet. So then you're 6. Then you would double crochet, put 2 single crochets in every stitch to make it 12. Okay? When you reach 12, I want you to do rows 3 through 15, matching stitch to stitch. After you do rows 3 to 15, stuff it. Put your stuffing in there. Then you will decrease down to 6. Then you will decrease down to 3. Remember? After you're at your 3, you chain 3 and make a second foot. And remember, the foot is your 6. You double 2 single crochets and you should make a 12. Then rows 3 to 15, match stitch to stitch. After you do that, then you stuff. Then you decrease from 12 to 6 and 6 to 3. Then already you have the tail and 2 feet made. The next part you're making is the torso, and I'm telling you these parts in case you want to change colors and make your bunny different colors, okay? The next is the torso. You chain 3, you do 6 single crochets, then you put 2 single crochets in every one, which is giving you 12. Okay, and rows 3 to 11, match stitch to stitch. Stuff it and do your decrease from 12 to 6 and 6 to 3. Then you chain 3. Then you put 6 single crochets in that third chain. Now we're going to be going to the arm. After you're at 12 stitches, rows 3 to 12, you match stitch to stitch. So 12, 12, and 12 until you go rows 3 to 12. After you've done that, then you stuff it. After you stuff it, you take 12 down to 6 and 6 down to 3. Then you chain 3 and you do a second arm. Okay? You just do the same thing. The stitches that are equal are, remember, 3 to 12. Then when you're finished 2 arms, then you need the neck. And that's everything the same. 6 to 12. Then rows 3 to 6, just equal. So 4 rows, 3, 4, 5, 6, equal. Then you go down to 6, then you go down to 3. And you do it all over again. 6 to 12 for the ear. Rows 3 to 15 will be matching stitch to stitch. When you're done your 15th row on the ear, then you stuff it and you do your decrease. 12 to 6, 6 to 3, chain 3, 6 single crochets in the first chain. Now remember, 2 ears, you need 2 of them. Okay? When you're done the ears, you should have 9 parts to your balloon animal. If you do not, you need to check. The 9 parts are, the first one is the tail, then you have your 2 feet, then you have your torso, then you have your 2 arms, then you have your neck, and the 2 ears that I give you full instructions for. Then you chain 3, put 6 single crochets in, put 2 single crochets in each stitch to reach 12 stitches again. And for rows 3 to 6, you match stitch to stitch. Now this is where it's very important. You go, after you stuff it, you go from 12 to 6. You go from 6 to 3 stitches. Then after the 3 stitches, I want you to put 2 single crochets in each of those 3 stitches, which will take it back up to 6. And that's going to give this. It's going to start giving you this. After you do your 6, you put 2 in again and make it 12. And that is what gives you, which looks like the balloon, top of a balloon. Okay? Now, when you're done all that, you get to do the fun part. And the fun part is putting this little sweet thing together. Okay? So, the back legs, you take the tail, you wrap it over, you pop it through. Okay? Then you skip one, go to these two, and you wrap it, and you push it all the way through. Okay? And then the top part, all the way through. All the pieces facing you. There we go. Put your legs. The legs are round at the bottom. And you can put like that. And then there's your bunny. You guys did it. Now, my name is Ronnie. I work alongside Maggie and Lauren to bring you these videos that we so truly enjoy. We are on Facebook under WIP, W-I-P, for Work in Progress and Chain. Come find us. Come join our group. Our group is slowly growing and doing very well. I think we finally hit over 70 members, which is a huge milestone for us. And if there's a specific stitch, if you need help with something, we're there. All you have to do is request it on there, and I'll do everything I can to be able to bring you a tutorial for what you need help with. I am a right-handed crocheter, and so is Maggie. I'm not sure about Lauren, but if you're a left-handed crocheter, we will do everything we can to help you succeed in this wonderful hobby that we just truly enjoy. Until our next video, have a great day, guys.